Joining me is Yashpal Sharma, President, Air Cargo Forum India. Yashpal, thank you for joining us on this chat on business today. I'm going to start off by asking you, give us a few insights into what is the current growth rate of the cargo sector in India, and do you have a target for the future?
So, ever since the COVID happened, obviously there was a huge decline in the business, which led to fall on the cargo volumes of the country, whether it was domestic cargo, or import cargo, because the capacity was not there. But slowly and steadily, the capacity has started to rise, and once the bubble agreements came to an end, we've now had bilaterals back, so there's more and more capacity which is coming in. We've had 2 years back to back almost at par of each other. The last year saw a little bit of a rise from there, so we had 3.14 and then 3.15 million tons the previous 2 years. This financial year ended FY24 saw the number go to 3.36 million tons. We expect this current financial year, which is going on now, to be at about 3.7 to 3.8 million tons. And with all this push which is happening from the government on the Make in India and the production pushes that are happening, India is definitely set to rise on the logistics need, and the air cargo need will definitely multiply from here to 10 million tons over the next decade.
Over the next decade, what are the key challenges that you foresee in the sector? What are your key asks for the government?
So, one of the key asks that we have with the government is on the double dipping. So, under the open sky policy for freighter operations, which is the cargo only aircrafts, we want the government to allow the freighters coming in from overseas to be able to operate to two cities in India. They can offload cargo and they can pick up cargo. So, they bring in import loads into the city that is more import focused, and they are able to take export cargo also from, say, both the cities that they are operating to, because that makes the operation more feasible, and ultimately it benefits the customer, because customers need capacity. Today the production in India is actually moving in all dimensions. It's not staying in one state or one city, it's moving all across the country. And so for logistics and the product to become competitive in the world, they need logistics infrastructure in their vicinity. Their catchment needs to have a ICD, they need to have a port, they need to have an airport which works close by. But if you have that airport, you can create an airport, but if an airline doesn't fly there, what do you do with it? So you need this double dipping of freighters to actually be permissible for everybody, and that will add capacity to the Indian skies, making ultimately a small shipper who's sitting, say, somewhere in Kerala or sitting somewhere in Orissa or some of these smaller states, get the capacity near them and be able to export and import whatever they want to do.
Right. One last question. It's the Jewar airport, the Noida airport, and also the Navi Mumbai airport, which could turn out to be major cargo hubs. How do you see that taking forward the sector growth?
So, like I said, every catchment is very necessary today. So, if you look at a Mumbai or you look at a Delhi, these are metro cities. Over the years, most of the production has moved out of these cities. Okay, it's gone into the hinterland, it's going into the smaller cities, and the airport infrastructure also needs to move there. So a lot of the production which was in Delhi has become more service exporting city now. So a lot of the production is actually moved to neighboring cities. It's gone to Noida, Greater Noida, and beyond. So having an airport there would definitely help the producers in that area. Likewise, also in Maharashtra, they need more airports. They need a large airport where more passenger airlines are flying in, more freighter carriers are coming in, and these will really benefit the Indian shippers because they'll be able to get capacity in their backyard.
It would be right to say they could become the cargo capacity airports of the country.
I would not just say cargo capacity, obviously, because they're going to ride on the back of passenger as well. If you look at Maharashtra, it already has Pune, Nasik, some of the other airports which could carry freighters. But ultimately, almost 80-85% of cargo in India moves on belly. So there's only 15% that moves on freighters. So if you want any airport to be successful, you need to have belly operating there. So now with more passenger aircrafts going into these upcoming airports, it means there'll be more capacity available. Freighters will follow, but passenger has to come first.
Thank you very much for speaking with us.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.